Hello, hello, hello! Crosstown Gamer here, and today we're going to continue our playthrough of Falling Sky, the Gallic Revolt Against Caesar, number 6 in GMT's Coin series. And I have double checked on the control and victory conditions here to make sure that we are still up to date. And we're going to get right into it this time because I know I've been promising for probably every prior video to this that we're going to end up playing faster, and then we never do. So let's get right into it. All right, so Masked Gallic Archers is the next card up. The Arverni would like to play this event, but they are ineligible. Currently, the Aedui and the Belgic player are the only ones that are eligible. So we're going to check the Aedui's flowchart and see what they do. Are they first on the upcoming card but not the current card? No, they are second on the upcoming card. Belgian players first. Can they use the event? Yes. Is this... Okay, it is a capability, but it's not in the final year. We are playing the abbreviated game. I decided not to do the fourth winter card because this is just going to take an eternity at the current pace. And I know it's probably not balanced the way I set it up for the medium scenario and all of that, but this is where we're at. We're going to treat the third winter card as the final one, and we have yet to reach the second one. It's got to be coming up soon, though, so hold on to your butts. So this is a no, and we're going to execute the event. We're going to use the unshaded text. And so what does the unshaded text say? Arverni battle each region inflicts one fewer defender loss before any halving. And yes, I should. So it says in the rules to put this by the most affected player. So even though the Arverni or the Aedui are taking this event, I would argue that it most affects the Arverni. So I'm going to put it over here. But just so we're not confused, I really should be using these markers. So there's markers for shaded capability versus unshaded. And I know we're using the shaded version of this. And so I'll use the unshaded version to denote that anytime the Arverni are going to battle, then they're going to inflict one fewer loss before having. Okay, that was the event. Easy peasy. Look at that, only 2 minutes and 45 seconds in, and we've already done that. So the next eligible faction on that card is the Belgic faction, the Belgae. And currently, as far as the board is concerned, they're not really in any locations where battling is going to be necessary, so I think this is a no. Are they first on the upcoming card and not the current card? That's a yes. They are first on that upcoming card, and they're fourth on this current one. So let's roll a die, and on a 1 through 4, they're going to pass. I can't even see what it is. It's a 2. Great, so they will pass, which means they will get a resource. They probably wanted to pass anyway, or do something, raid probably is what they wanted to do with their resources. So they pass, they get 1 resource for doing so, and they remain eligible. So let's shuffle eligibility. And okay, that doesn't bone us, that bones the Arverni because with 3 eligible factions, they're the ones that aren't going to get to go this turn. So let's play the next card. Oh wow, Belgic player up again first, but they're probably going to do the event this time, so not to worry. All right, so the Belgae are up. Let's take a look at their flowchart once again. Same situation, nothing's changed as far as the board state, so this is still a no. This is a no because they're first on both cards, so they're not just going to keep passing. That would be silly. Can they use the event? Yes. Is it ineffective or in the final year capability or no Belgae? Well, we only have to check if it's ineffective or not because the other 2 things aren't true. I don't think it's ineffective, but let's see. Romans or a Gallic faction may free march into either or both the Nervii or Treveri regions, then execute a free command except march in one or both. Then flip all friendly pieces to hidden. So let's look at where those are. Treveri is there, and the Nervii is up there. And since there's a choice between the Romans or a Gallic faction, they're always going to choose themselves. And is this something that I think it's not going to be ineffective because they are capable of doing this. They can march either or both. That's going to be interesting. We're going to have to check. We're going to check their march priorities to see what they want to do as far as this is concerned. But then they can execute a free command, except for march in one or both, and then flip all friendly pieces there to hidden. They already are all hidden, but they get to do a free command, which is good for them because the key word there is free, and they only have one resource. So they want to do free commands in both those regions, I believe. This is going to be interesting to determine what the priorities are of like what they actually want to do in those regions. We're just going to, because there's no special instructions. Like the special instructions are that symbol. So I'm not 100% sure the way to prioritize this. It's probably in the rules. Let me just double check really quick. And if it's not, then we're just going to do our best and go with the flowchart and see what happens. But this goes back here. And I'll pause for just a second. Okay, yes, our suspicions, or at least my suspicions, were confirmed. I don't know what your suspicions were, and yeah, I'm sure they were probably more intelligible than mine. But we're going to, it says, obviously they target themselves for this free actions and stuff. Whenever an event says to do free actions, we do use the flowchart to the best of our ability to determine priorities and things for the event within those specific regions. So we can march into either of these two regions or both. Right, both. Yeah, either or both. They can free march into either one. So let's look at the march. This is like the march under threat thing. So let's look at the march priorities and determine if any of these are going to be successful here. To add control is not going to be pertinent here because the Belgic player already has control of both those regions. So they're going to, with the leader alone, to a region if needed to join the most, okay, or to another, and with the leader with greater than, okay. Sorry, I know I should be reading these out loud instead of just kind of slurring my words and mumbling. But the way that I'm reading this, it doesn't really apply to our situation because Ambiorix is already with the most amount of Belgic warbands possible. So I don't think they're actually going to march. They can march from down here into here. That doesn't add control, and it's not with the leader. So, yeah, I think this is a none situation. Like none of those priorities are met, so they're just going to keep their warbands down here, and then they're going to execute free command in both those regions, if possible. So they could. It's not met. This is not met in either location. This we're gonna say no because they're already executing the card. So no to the event. Let's check on a rally. So in order to rally, if they rallied in both of those locations, would they be able to place an ally 3+ warbands or get Belgic control? And the answer is yes. They would be able to place an ally up here if they rallied. So I think this is going to be a yes. The free command, though, it's not like they can do a rally here and then a battle here, for example. They get a free command. If possible, they can do that command in both of these regions. So they get to free rally here, and then they get to free rally here. They don't get to, I just said it. They don't get to like rally here and then battle here. And so based on the flowcharts, rally was the next thing up, and it's the first one that qualifies. So that's what they're going to do for their free command. And they don't get a special ability, so that's going to make our lives a little easier as well. And they can't march. That was the only restriction on the card, is that they don't get to march. So they get to rally, and it doesn't cost them anything, which is nice for them. And so they get to replace, I think it's 2 warbands with a ally. That's the first priority for rallying, is replace city with a city ally with a citadel, but that's not the case up here. And then the next priority is place all allies able to. And so yes, they get to, oh wait, they don't have to replace it at all. So just place, if they have Belgic control, they get to place an allied tribe marker. That's cool. So they'll place one, and they'll place it here just because that one's named Nervii region. I know it doesn't actually matter. They could have placed it in either one, but the card says Nervii, so we're going with it. That does increase their victory points by 1. And then that was their rally there. They don't also get to add warbands. And the rally here, they have 1 allied tribe marker, so they get 1 extra warband here. And then the last part of the card, they flip everything to hidden, which already is. So that was their event. And then the second faction is us. Now we can do a full turn. We don't get to do the event, because obviously that was already taken care of by the Belgic player. So we got 7 resources, and things are pretty dire. Let's be honest here. The Edui faction is 1 ally away from victory point threshold. And they've got this conglomerate of pieces up here that we can't really touch, because even if we marched all these guys in, that would be 4 losses, and they have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like 5 losses that they would inflict on us. We'd have the potential to lose more legions. It wouldn't be good. We need backup. But we don't want to like abandon all of our hard work over here necessarily. We need to get Caesar into the fight somewhere. We can battle here, I guess, but that's not really going to do anything. We already have control. We could rally, and you always get to get an auxilia in Provincia. That's the recruit +1. So I think actually our forts count 2, so we might get 2. I would need to double check, but which would give us enough for control, or it would at least eliminate Edui control if we just put 1 piece here. It'd be 2 to 2. I think rally is honestly what we need to do. We have enough resources to do it, and we have control in enough locations that it would be worthwhile. We have a ton of pieces off map, so let's check on our. It's not rally. It's called recruit. I'm sorry. I probably have made that mistake before. It's rally for the Gallic factions. It's recruit for us. Costs 2 resources per region, and we'd want to do it in 0 if within supply line, but yeah, nothing's within supply line. That sucks. We definitely want to do it here, and then we'd want to do it here. At least I think. Let's see, how many do we get? In each region, if Roman control or Caesar, place 1 Roman ally, or if Roman leader ally fort, place auxilia equal to leader plus allies plus fort. We just don't have like anything on the map that's going to give us more pieces. Okay, so we got to get the infrastructure set up here. So we do need to place allied tribe discs in these locations so that we can have a better recruit next time. Yikes. So there's going to be 4 regions that we're doing this in. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we have... Oh, no, we only have 7 resources. So let's skip. I'm just a little nervous about this region up here. So let's... but they have a fort. So if we put an ally here, then next time when we recruit, we get a bunch more... But the winter card could be coming up, and we... Yeah, so... well, I know we want to rally here. Let's rally here and here as well. So 3 regions, none of which are in supply lines, so it's going to be 6 resources, bringing us down to 1. And here we have a fort plus 1 for being in Provincia is 2 auxilia that we get. And that is enough to give us back control. Now, I think we have to carry out... I want to check on the order of things, because now we have control of this, which means now we have supply line. So I don't know if these are going to be free. Let me just double check. I don't think they are, but let me double check the timing. Well, look at this. Commands in general. The executing faction chooses the order in which the command's regions are selected, resolved, and paid for, and chooses its own pieces to be affected, blah, blah, blah. So to me, that means we've selected this region first. We executed it. We paid for it. It cost 2. Let me bring this back up. Oh, jeez. It was at 7. We paid 2 because it wasn't in supply line. Next, we select this region to go. It is within supply line now, so we pay 0 for it. And so is this one. Yay! But I would still like to do it up there then. So let's do that. And now, wow, so I didn't know that. I learned something. Well, of course, I'm constantly learning things about this game, so it's great. We can place 1 Roman ally, or we can place forces. And I think we want to do the allies in each of those locations. So we're going to put an ally here. And that's a city, so that's nice for us. So that the other players can't take advantage of that and put a citadel down. And up there. So we can do that because we have control in each of those locations as well. Okay, then we can do our special ability. We can either build or scout. So it would cost us 2 to build a fort. And we have 3 resources, so we could do it in one spot. Where seems like a likely spot for a fort? It would have to be either here or here. I don't think you can even double up on forts, or there's no reason to. So we could do that. Alternatively, we could scout, which would be free. That actually might be better for us. I mean, we would get to flip to... Let's see. Oh, it's got to be within 1 of Caesar. I always forget that. Flip hidden auxilia to revealed, and place a scouted marker on up to 2 warbands. Oh, so yeah, scout. Move any auxilia into regions adjacent. We would get to move some things around. It might be okay. Actually, I think we might just build a fort after all. Just put more pieces on the map. I think just because this is kind of more of a front, let's do it here. So we'll pay our 2 resources, and we will put a fort here. Okay, well, it sucks. We're gonna have to seize again so that we can do we can have more resources. We spent a lot. But we've reestablished our supply line, which is excellent. That's all we can do. Anyway, let's adjust eligibility. And look at that. We're going to get to play a third card this time. So going at 1.5 speed. Of course, the first card was ridiculously fast. Man, another one where the Belgic player's up first. Okay. So the Arverni and the Aedui are the two eligible factions here. And the Arverni are up first. So let's take a gander at what they can do. Oh, doing this one-handed is hard. Okay. Ooh. Vercingetorix or 10. Let's see. They have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. They have 11 warbands here, but it's not against greater than 3 pieces, so that's a no. And up there is also a no. No other locations satisfy that condition at all. So this is still a no. Can they use the event? Yes. Is it ineffective, capability in final year, or no Averni? No. It's not an auto 1 to 4, so they have to roll. Or get to roll, sorry. Let's roll. 2. So they rolled 1 to 4. They're going to do the event, shaded instructions, if any. And the card is the German Alliance. I guess I should have looked if this was ineffective before I actually rolled for them, but I just assumed. Where you have control, remove or replace 5 Germanic warbands and 1 Germanic ally. Oh, so that is ineffective. Yeah, that's totally ineffective. There's no German forces anywhere where the Arverni have control. So, we rolled for nothing. Great. Let's see. Would a rally place allies, citadel, or 6+ pieces? No to the allies or citadels. The only places they have control, they are full. And normally I would say a yes to the 6+ pieces. However, they only have 2 warbands available. So this is going to be a no. Are there 0 to 5 Arverni allies plus citadel on the map? No, there are 6. Or are there 6+... Did I just read that? Oh, no. Okay, it's up there. 6+ warbands available? No. Do they have 0 to 3 resources and roll a 4? They have 6 resources. So this is a no. Looks like they will march. They are very love to march, don't they? They've got 3 different criteria for marching. So they're going to march with leader and as many warbands as can reach the destination. First, we're going to pick a destination to take Arverni control of one region that has a legion, but to Caesar only if Arverni... Okay, yes. So, for example, it says with leader, though, so... yeah, like the march up here is not with the leader, and the one up here is maybe with the leader, it depends. So this is with leader and as many warbands as possible. So it's looking like this is the region, the origin region that we're talking about here. And they're going to go to take Arverni control of one region that has a legion. And Caesar's not there, so we don't have to worry about that. Oh my gosh. And if they can't do it, then it's got to be adjacent to a region with a legion. But they're able to... I think they can do it here. And it's as many warbands as can reach the destination. Now, it doesn't specify... The other ones specify when you march, then you want to leave... Marches with all warbands. Sorry, I know I'm fumbling around here, but like for example, the march on the Aedui side says to leave one warband in the region. This has no such stipulation. So we're going to march with the leader and as many warbands as possible that can reach the destination. Control be damned, basically, in the region that they're leaving. So how many pieces are here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So leader and as many as possible. They definitely have more than 12 here. So, oh my gosh, I think I have to use the overflow box finally, because this is just going to get a little chaotic. So they need 13, which they will do. But they're going to march all of these. I just want to count how many there are. 8, 12, 16, 18, plus Vercingetorix is 19. Maybe I could squeeze them in there, but I think what I'm going to do is use this. So we're going to plop all of these over to the overflow box. And you know what? Let's leave Vercingetorix on the map, just so we remember that that's where all of them are. I would put more, but the overflow box is going to get overflowing, overfilled. So we're not going to do that. This is going to flip this control marker to be green. Okay. And it doesn't affect points, but now that's scary. That's really scary for us, because they could easily wipe out our 3 legions there. Whew. I am nervous. Nervous Nancy. Nervous Nelly. And then they just need, if they can do that and frankly just like get these 3 allies, that is enough for them to win the game. Now they do have some battles as such. They get to inflict losses as though they're legions for 4 of their warbands, which is really bad for us. But at least one of the losses on the defending side is going to be cut away. And thank God we have a fort there. Anyway, that was their march. And then, whoop, they're going to devastate before battle, before or after march. Okay, yeah, so in each region, we're able to force removal of a legion. Oh my gosh, they're going to be able to do, they're just going to do it right now. Okay, they're going to devastate. Or 2 Auxilia, or at least as many Roman as total Arverni. Yeah. This is going to suck. I think it's 1 to 4 for the Arverni and 1 to 3 for the others. So let's check on their sheet. Remove 1 in 4. Every other faction has 1 in 3 of the total warbands, Auxilia, and Legion. Then they place a devastated marker in that region. So, and it's all other factions, each other faction. It's 1 in 3. So the Belgic, the German, and the Aedui don't have anything to remove, because they have fewer than 3 pieces. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we would have to remove 2. They don't get to force the removal of a legion with this, but it says 2 Auxilia in the flowchart, which they would get to do. So let's just double check here. So 2 Auxilia, yes, or at least as many. Yeah, so they get to do that. And they had, I think we counted 18. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18. Yep, 18. So 1 in 4 of those is going to be 4. They're going to eliminate 4 of their own units to eliminate 2 of ours. And before you yell at me for saying, well, that's not as many pieces, Roman and Aedui pieces as total. These are ores, so Removal of a legion, no. Or to Auxilia, yes. So that's what they'll do, I guess. They're going to sacrifice some pieces to get rid of 2 of ours. Then it's 4 of these. They're going to eliminate the 2 revealed ones, obviously, and then 2 unrevealed ones. That's going to give them 6 unavailable, so they'll get to do some other shenanigans next time. And they place a devastated marker there, so now we can't rally. Which, that was the whole point of placing that ally, was so that we could rally next time. Alright, so that's that. Let's just double check. There's no cost associated with that, no. And the march was a 1-to-1 location, so they do have to pay for their march, which is just a 1. They had the 1 origin region, so they'll pay for that. Otherwise, that's their turn. And do they still have control? That's a good question. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, we only got rid of 4 pieces, so they still definitely have control of this. And that just, man, this game, it is crazy good. So now the Aedui are up next. And if we remember, nobody used the event, so they do still have the option to use the event. However, they're not in any locations that they control with Germans either, so that's going to be ineffective for them. Let's grab the sheet. Are they first on the upcoming card? No. Can they use the event? Yes. But it's ineffective? Yes. Would a battle force loss of an enemy leader, ally, citadel, or legion? Anywhere where they have warbands that share with another faction, they only have 1 piece, so they're not going to be able to force anything. So no. Would rally place ally, citadel, or 3+ pieces? Well, they only have 2 pieces over there available, so that's a no, unless they can scrape together a ally somewhere. But it looks like no. They don't have control, so that's a no. Do they have 0 to 3 resources? No, they have 13 resources. So they're going to march. They're going to move from 1 region to add 1 hidden Aedui and up to 3 regions where none. And they want to leave 1 behind. So the only spot where they have more than 1 warband is here again. And every surrounding area, except for this, does not have, or has warbands already. So it says where there are none. So up to 3 regions means 0 to 3, and they can do it in 1 region. So they're going to enemy allies or citadels, and then, but that's just if there were more than 3 options to choose from, then we would take a look at these A and B here. But since there's only 1 place, we're going to do that in order to, they're going to move to add Aedui control to 1 region beyond or among the above. So the first thing they do is, this is their origin region, and they move here. Then they want to gain control. So that was what we just did, was box 1. Box 2, they're going to move beyond or among the above with the fewest warbands needed to gain control of 1 region. So they have the ability to gain control of this region. I don't think so here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So, and they need to move in 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. They only have 10. They would not be able to gain control of this region. Everywhere else surrounding, they could go here. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Same situation. Actually, not even the same situation. There's 14 pieces there, or 13. So the only location they would actually be able to march and gain control of is going to be up here. And they want to do this with the fewest warbands possible. So they don't have to pay for another region, because again, it's an origin region here that they already paid for, or they haven't paid for it yet, but there they paid for it. And they're going to march in here. And they need a total of 4 pieces in here to have control. They already have 1, so they need to move in 3 more. So boom, boom, boom. And they have control of this region. And so we'll give them a marker. And it took away control of one population from the Belgic player. So the Belgae go down in victory points by 1. Ooh. Man, the Aedui are scary right now. And so are the Arverni. Like, I'm really alarmed about this region. Like, if there's more than about 1 more card in there, they have the ability to battle, and then if they get to go again, they can rally or whatever and plop down allies. And that's going to spell out bad news for us, because if they can eradicate all of our forces here, they're going to have victory. It's going to be close to a victory. Similarly, the faction that has the most amount of allied tribes on there is the Arverni, and they have 6. So the othermost allies is at 6. The Aedui just need to plonk down 1 more allied tribe in order to secure a victory for them. And there's just not much we can do about it, frankly. I mean, we can try to battle down here, but they've got a warband protecting it, so we can't remove this yet. All they need to do is somehow, like Suborn or whatever their ability is, which removes this and then like adds their own. So it's looking pretty dicey. And again, the Belgic player is like a non-competitor. I nerfed them so hard in the beginning, accidentally. But here's where we're at, and hopefully there's just enough time. I think that's the common theme with all these coin games, is that there's just not quite enough time to do everything that you need to do to secure a win, or to prevent a win from happening. So I think we're a little bit screwed here. Oh, they did their march, but I'm sorry, they didn't do their thing here. So they're going to trade. We're not going to give them more resources. They have 12 resources. So the Aedui plus Roman resources is less than 15, because that would be a 13. And their second eligible or trade would add plus 3 resources. And so the trading, at least this time, we got supply line back. So just to refresh our collective memories on trade, we're going to agree to supply line or not? We're not. In supply lines, they add plus 1 resources, plus 2 if Romans agree. We do not. For each thing under Allied control. So the Germans never agree for supply lines, and we do not agree. So they actually get 0 resources from trade, because we said no. If no trade, but they battled, or if marched into... Okay, no, that's not true. So yeah, they're going to Suborn. Oh, this is where you can kind of gamify it. Like, we could agree to a trade, or like agree to supply lines, and then cause them to force them to trade, and they'd get a bunch more resources, sure, but they wouldn't be suborning this allied tribe out and like being poised for a victory. I don't really want a metagame like that. I don't want to do that. Like, I don't want to trade with them because specifically like they're winning. So even though it's going to result in them suborning, I think I would just feel cheesy about like playing the bots that way. So I don't want to do that. So it looks like they're going to Suborn. They do have the ability to do this in 2 different regions, because they do have that unshaded event. First, they're going to place an ally. If none, they're going to remove an enemy ally. They can do that So let's just look at the Suborn requirements again. It's going to cost 2 per ally, 1 per other piece, and they just need a hidden Adui warband in a region. No other requirements. Max 1 region, but okay. So they're going to remove. So yeah, it's just any region with a hidden Adui warband, and honestly, that's most regions on the map. So we might get lucky. They do want to do it to add an ally of their own first, which they actually. Oh no, they're going to be able to do that because they don't need control or anything. They can add an ally. They can't do it down here. They can't do it here. Can't do it here. Can't do it here. They can't even do it here. But there is this lonely allied tribe marker here, which they can add in. So this is at least one of the regions, because priorities are such that they want to place their own allied tribe markers first. And then it looks like the other region is going to be to remove an allied tribe marker. And that could happen here. It could happen here. It could happen here. So there's a few options. We're going to have to randomly decide, or at least look at the other criteria. But yeah, they're going to do it to. Okay, let's get things out of the way first. We know we're going to do it here. They're going to do it to add an ally. Boom. This is going to that costs 2 resources to do, and then they already only one of their pieces that they're removing or adding can be an ally. So we skip box 2. Then they're going to place as many warbands as possible. So they're going to place 2 more warbands there, and these cost 1 resource each. So that's 2 more resources that they get to utilize. And now I would need to count. I'm going to count off camera because we're at 42 minutes already to make sure that control didn't switch hands. But yeah, this darn Convictolitavis card is going to make it so that they get to do it in another region. And they don't get to place any more allies because there's no room. However, they can remove an allied tribe. Yeah, like we said, I think it's here, here, here. Those are the only ones I see. So we're going to roll a 6-sided die, and we're going to say 1 or a 2, 3 or a 4, 5 or a 6. 6. So it's going to be up here. This was a 5 or a 6. They're going to remove this, which will cost 2 resources. And this goes back. That costs a victory point for the Belgic player. Whew. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, okay. Then they're going to place all the warbands they're able to. They've already placed everything they can. Then they're going to remove the most Arverni, then Belgic, then Germans. So Arverni, no, but the Belgic players here, they can remove 2 pieces. So that's what they'll do. And those cost 1 resource per. My gosh, this is out of control. And that's their special ability. Wow, just like that. So the thing we just need to be aware of right now is that oh no, I've totally botched this. They want to remove an enemy ally from the place with the... Oh my gosh, I almost messed this up. Enemy with the most allies plus citadels. So they actually don't want to... I'm going to give them their piece back. Rewind. Give them their 2 warbands back. Give them back their point. However, they are going to do something very similar. The Arverni are the ones that have the most allies plus citadels, so they actually do want to target this region right here. So they're going to remove this, and then they're going to remove 2 warbands, and they're going to pick these 2. I can't, I'm just like fat fingering it here. There we go. So that was their turn. Yeah, because they can't do it here. I mean, they could do it here, but oh no, we already did it there. Never mind. Okay, so that was their turn. The othermost allies slides on down to 5, and they are at 7. So they are ripe for the win, depending on what the next cards are that come up. So that was their turn. We'll adjust eligibility, and we will draw the next card. I swear to God, if it's a winter card, that's just going to be it. Nope, not winter yet. So we have some time to try to come to terms with our loss. Anyway, the Belgic faction is going to go up next time. And hopefully this has been an interesting ride, and I think it's getting close to the end. Thanks for watching, and as always, if you saw any rules mistakes that I didn't correct on the fly, please make sure to comment those out, or leave a comment so that I can adjust going forward. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Bye.